Hello, I'm Miss Lesensky, and I want to tell you about your options for biology. So to graduate from Lincoln, you need to take some kind of biology, and you have the option of taking either IB biology or NGSS biology. IB biology we offer at the standard level and the higher level, and NGSS biology is what I'm here to tell you about today. So this was developed a few years ago as we started teaching physics to freshmen first, and then students take chemistry, and then students take biology, typically their junior year. So this is built upon the classes that you have hopefully already taken of physics and chemistry, and the same kind of theme of patterns that you see really most strongly in freshman physics, but they will continue through chemistry and biology as well, and we will in fact discover a new pattern or two in the biology course. Biology systems are not as simple or as predictable as physics are, so there won't be as much of a focus on the patterns, but they will still come up, and a lot of the same themes that you've been learning about will continue. And we call it NGSS Biology, which stands for the Next Generation Science Standards, which are the national standards for science. So in this class, there's kind of four big themes. We've got cells, we have genetics, and we have evolution and ecology. So this is how it actually breaks down in what you learn about in this class. So first we start big picture. We start with ecosystems and focus particularly on biodiversity in the diversity of living things that are out there and on how humans are impacting that. So one of the first things we do in the year is a fun field trip. This is me collecting some data a few years ago where we will actually go out to Hoyt Arboretum during the school day, and we will collect some leaf litter, and your group will come up with an experiment to do with this, how something impacts biodiversity, like, for example, how distance from the trail impacts biodiversity. But it's up to your group to determine exactly what you want to study about biodiversity. Then we'll bring these pillowcases back to the class, and the next class will sift through them and identify the arthropods and calculate biodiversity to come up with an answer to your question. So there's lots of hands-on things in this class, lots of applying all of these concepts to the real world. Our second unit is on biomolecules or biochemistry. We'll learn a lot about enzymes in this unit, digestion, things like that. But we'll learn all about the four big categories of biomolecules, which are carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, and protein. Our third unit, cells to organisms, is a shorter one. It's focused mostly on homeostasis, which is how your body regulates its internal environment. Why, if I walk outside in the cold, my body doesn't get cold. So that's what that one is all about. Then genomics, we'll learn about heredity, how things are passed on. We will also look at things like epigenetics. We'll take it a little further to understand how it's not just about your DNA, but also your environment can impact what DNA your body actually turns on and off. We'll also look at a little bit of the disparities, racial disparities in particular in healthcare when we get to that genomics unit. Evolution is one of my favorite things to teach about. We'll learn about the theory of natural selection and how that works. And we will focus in on the evolution of skin color in this unit as well. So we'll look at how different races have evolved, and we will also look at the concept of race and how much of that is based in biology and how much of that is in fact a social construct. And finally, if we get this far, we'll get to matter, energy, and climate change, which is when we look at photosynthesis and cellular respiration, and we look at the bigger concepts of how nutrients and things like carbon cycle around on our planet and apply that all to climate change. So that's what this class is all about, and I hope you'll join us. Also, if you have any questions about the class, feel free to email me. My email is lisensky@pps.net. That's hard to spell, so let me write that for you. It's let me just spell it for you. It's LISENSKY @pps.net. Thanks.